Your local writers group is crap. Stop burning off your free time in the presence of introverted do-nothings. The Gosslings Writers Group Podcast, a digital gang of writers. Writers who actually write stuff, use typewriters, who write all the people who've offended them into their stories, then murder the shit out of them. Writers who don't believe in dust jackets and name their pit bulls Hemingway. We're writers who lube their typewriters with gun oil, because we're straight shooters. We don't always act pretentious, but when we do, we wear f***ing ascots. Welcome to the Gosslings.
Greetings, one and all.
How was that for an intro? Pretty dope, right? Yep. Hey, everyone.
More to come.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Nick.
And we are the Gosslings. And this is episode 36.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
36.
Yeah. Do we need headphones for this? Yes.
So.
No?
Dude, no.
No?
Nah.
I'm going to go headphoneless because ultimately we were using it to listen to the intro, which
I
is
wanted
awesome.
to listen to it. Yeah.
So
my vanity dictated we wear the headphones.
No, it was really good. It's really worth it. So that's the premiere of the intro for the Gosslings, created by Nick Goss. Absolutely extraordinary. Putting that stint at MRG to good use.
Yeah. 20 plus years ago, worked at video audio production.
It's kind of like
studio.
your man of bees.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
You know,
I'm a jack of a dozen trades.
Yeah, I'm a jack of a couple trades.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so this is our weekly live stream, and we're actually banking this one a week early since you will not be available.
This
next
is not.
Sunday.
That's correct. This is not live. You're watching a replay, but it's still going to be great.
Yeah.
So we can't chat. We can't do the chat. It's the only downer about this episode, but we'll make up for it by drinking extra bourbon.
Yeah, we'll make it fun.
So I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? You know, shirts might come off before it's over. Yeah.
There's no telling.
That's the last of the Goslings live stream.
Well, I already took my shorts off.
Right? Yeah. You don't want to see what's going on underneath this table.
No, you
believe
don't.
me.
You know. Oh man.
So So last week the episode you're watching before this, or you would have watched before
episode
this,
35.
35 was our big
It was huge.
our high water mark.
Absolutely.
It
Landmark episode.
Yeah, it was the angle of our Pickett's charge. you know,
That's right.
it was our Gaugamela. You know, we interviewed Stephen Pressfield.
It was the Gettysburg of our Civil War. Only it went well.
Yeah,
Only we won.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was, it wasn't a momentous failure. And then we just decided to go ahead and do another one since we weren't going to be able to do this, next Sunday. So when you're watching this, like Nick said, this is just sort of a banked episode that we did.
Didn't want to leave you hanging.
Nope.
You're welcome.
Yep, you're welcome. That's dedication, baby.
Yep.
I could be at the tractor pull in Chapel Hill making money right now, but
Oh, dude, I didn't even think about that.
It's hot.
Think about that. It's really hot outside.
It's hot.
Yeah, you didn't want to do it.
I did it yesterday.
Yeah.
I could be making money, but this is our commitment to the gospel.
That's right.
So.
We are very committed. We are very committed. So committed that we even turned the fan off.
We did,
in
yeah.
here for this because it makes so much background noise in its microphone.
Yeah,
So-
it's hot in here right now.
Yeah, it's hot
Yeah.
inside. Yeah,
It's
right.
just
in
not
here.
sunny.
This isn't an air conditioned room, so we have fans going, but not right now. We don't because we care about what you can see in here.
Audio quality.
You might actually, we might get a little shiny.
Yeah.
From the humidity and the sweat.
Yeah. We need a powder monkey to come over and.
That's why I go with a black shirt because you can't see the pit stains.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't look like my armpits peed their pants.
Yeah, I like it because it makes it look like I'm lactating. So.
Like I have like all the phases of the moon when I sit down because of my gut. I got all the phases.
That's funny. Okay. Let's see. You want to hit? Let's see. Are we at the toast phase?
Yeah, let's do the
right?
toast.
All right, let's go ahead and do the toast.
Let's toast it.
Yeah.
I think I lead this time. You led
You're
with
right.
press. Oh, dude, if you didn't see episode 35, we did the toast with Stephen Pressfield, and he actually joined in with us.
Yeah, on the toast. It was super cool.
That was like,
Yeah,
man, that was a gift. That was a gift.
It was a gift. Yeah, I mean, talk about like sterling silver, dude. Like he and Diana
Yeah.
both are so gracious. They have been really accommodating, really friendly, and I mean they've been awesome to us
For sure.
So
For sure.
we don't deserve it, but we'll take it.
Correct.
So I don't know. Whatever. Oh no, I dripped on my
Right
phone.
on both counts.
Mhm. Yeah, right on both counts. So all right, whenever you're ready,
I'm ready. Take up the broken sword of your father.
and strike down the darkness. Oh yeah, it's exactly what you need after Mexican.
Woo! Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just swirls up. It mixes with the queso, and it helps just
Bibb and Tucker.
Bibb and Tucker. Yep.
Small batch bourbon whiskey.
Yeah.
It says something quality. Peerless quality? Huh. How about that? Anyway, that's what the bottle looks like. Embossed glass. Very nice.
Yeah.
Sharp.
It's got a very
not
like
too expensive, but
no. It's got a very 1920s look to it.
it was definitely on a shelf above my waist.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You always want to buy a bourbon that is on a shelf higher than your wallet.
Right.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No beef eater.
No.
Yeah.
No. You shouldn't have to bend waist or knee
Yeah.
to get what you need.
Do not bend the knee.
If you can't, don't. You need to just.
Yeah, it's a subpar bourbon. Rise above.
Yes. Once you start going low,
Yeah.
you just need to go get treatment.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You need to start aiming for that chip. For that poker chip.
Yeah.
You know.
When the guy in the liquor store starts asking how your son's birthday was, you're like, maybe I need this.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's time to rethink things a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's a good toast. So what has been going on in the past 5 minutes since we did the last stream?
Since we did the last one.
We ate at Tito's. That
We
was
did.
great.
Yeah,
Saw some old
or
friends.
Amigos.
Oh, sorry. Amigos.
We
Sorry,
did Amigos.
Yeah,
Yep. Harassed some waitresses.
of course.
And of course, probably got a little bit of like the Yelper special, I'm sure, my guacamole as as recompense for hitting on the waitresses.
Right.
But at least I didn't get glass in my drink like somebody.
Dude, yeah, a couple weeks ago, I went to this Mexican restaurant with my family, and I ordered a soft drink, and it came in a glass mug. And apparently they had jammed the glass mug into the ice to fill it up with ice and chipped it. And I discovered the chip of glass in my mouth. Oh,
Straws.
man.
Just saying.
Yeah.
And even this isn't foolproof.
Yeah, but it was weird.
Yeah. Dude, that's scary.
It was very scary.
Yeah.
I'm glad I caught it in time. That could have been a big ordeal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That may have been, I don't know. That may have been punishment for, my shenanigans with.
Maybe. I don't know why he'd do that while I was with my family, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty low. Those guys are
Yeah.
hardcore.
It's a little obvious if I'm there. You can get away
sure.
with it a little bit
Sure.
more if it's like.
Well, they're not afraid for their lives when you're there. I mean, when you're not there.
Oh.
Like if you were there and that happened, they'd be like, let's wait.
Yeah,
until...
we'd all wind up on the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd have to chop her out.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Obviously, it wasn't
accident.
intentional. Yeah, it's just an accident. I mean, they're super nice.
Yeah.
There isn't really much to review, but I would like to know, what are you going to work on this coming week?
Oh yeah. Well, Stephen Pressfield talked about something that was very important as far as like the writer's regimen, which is to, and it's a Hemingway quote, right? I think you correct me on this.
Yeah.
It's a Hemingway quote originally, to always finish finish your day writing, anticipating the next thing, the next chapter, the next scene, whatever it is. Don't blow out all your creativity and then at the end of the day be left, as Pressfield put it, standing at the chasm, wondering like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Always have something to help motivate you to get out of bed the next day. Always know what you're going to write about the next day, and stop before you exhaust that last bit of meat.
Yep.
So I'll probably be there's been one chapter in Sasquatchalypse that I have been putting off writing for the past couple weeks because I've been so busy. In fact, today actually is the first day off I've had in probably 2 or 3. I don't remember the last time I had a day off.
Oh wow.
So,
but
but
making
then
good use of it.
Yeah, no kidding.
2 live streams.
And the other thing was, after talking to Adam Burrell, our narrator, the narrator for all my Heavenly Realms books, we decided to go ahead and move forward with the last 2 books in the series.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to start that next week, and that's a process. Those 2 books are basically one big book. The 6th and 7th book in the Heavenly Realm series, it was originally one book that was just split into 2.
Yeah.
It's one singular story that's been split into 2. So this 6th book is really kind of like an Empire Strikes Back kind of plot structure,
Mhm.
and it's all been written, but it was all written, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago. So I have to go back and I have to reread it. There's been new material that I've come up with since then that I'll have to reincorporate into this, along with polishing it off, printing it off and, editing it. And then once it gets to that phase, then maybe like kick it over to Adam. Adam has turned into a really good editor for me as well, since he does the audiobooks and, listening. I think his process lends itself to editing pretty seamlessly.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, listening to him, like I talked about a couple episodes ago, has had me catch a couple of things.
Yeah.
So it's a good little symbiotic relationship that we have going on for that. I'll probably still work on Sasquatchalypse. I don't want to totally shelve that one, but it's such a long process getting these Heavenly Realms books up and running, even though they've been written.
Yeah.
I mean, bare minimum, it's a 3-month process.
Yeah.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
So I'll probably start working on that next week, starting to read through and, just make it, reshape it, sort of renovate it. It's like renovating, basically. You're going into an old house and you're, redoing the wiring.
Right. Right.
So.
Makes sense.
Anyways,
Makes sense.
What about you?
This coming week, I'm going to finish my review of the Audible narration that Adam did for my latest kids book.
Cool.
I'm going to finish that and send him my corrections and write a few more chapters of Easel Bancroft.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying. It's really difficult because I say it's difficult. It's a new challenge for me because it's kind of a mystery.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of story structure that I'm trying to learn.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of a Hardy Boys kind of thing.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Except with an insufferable
yes.
twerp.
Yes.
Protagonist.
Yeah, exactly right. Insufferable twerp.
Which, I mean, the more he talks about it, the more Easel Bancroft sounds like me.
And me.
I mean, I guess Nick, honestly, I have very fond memories of Nick as a kid. But I definitely identify. Yeah, it's both of us, man. It might as well be. Maybe it's a lot of people out there. Like maybe everybody kind of,
Yeah, I think we all look back
has
to
an Easel Bancroft in their history.
I think we all do. We all remember, our less than shining moments when we were in high school or middle school or even elementary. And we're like, oh, I can't believe I was like
Just
that. And you're kind of
cringe.
reminded of that when you run into people of that generation now. And one of them reminds you of you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just want to smack them. Oh, you're just,
I just want to slap him in the eye until his eyes bleed.
But like any good character, he's redeemable.
Yeah.
And he does have to figure out how to make friends.
Yeah.
And he does. So he's dynamic, but he doesn't lose his pretentious edge or his sharp tongue.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I've noticed that in my life, like every time I've gotten in trouble or something bad has happened, it's always been a result of my big mouth. Every time. It's my mouth that gets me in trouble.
Yeah.
It's not what I do.
Right.
It's not what I don't do. It's my mouth.
Well, and I mean, is that line for the Bible, the power of life and death resides in the tongue?
Yeah, power of the tongue.
And it's true. I've found, especially in my new work environment, you deal with a lot of insecurity complexes, which is to say you deal with a lot of very egotistical people who are bondoing some real deep insecurities.
Yeah. A good thing they're buying guns.
Right. Yeah. And armed society, polite society.
Very true.
What I have learned
Very true.
from being in that environment is most of my exhaustion comes from exercising restraint over those people. Like that's the really hard part of, I mean, not just being a bit of a firebrand or having a temper or having, a a viper's tongue yourself, but when someone is bragging about being an a-hole,
Mhm.
And they're showing off and showing off to make themselves look like the little king in front of all their little buddies at
Jeez.
your expense, you just, it takes a lot as a man, as a warrior, believer in warrior culture, tribal warrior culture. It's really exhausting exercising the restraint to just sit on your hands and keep your teeth together.
Yep.
I mean, that's the hard part. That's like, some days I wonder why I'm so tired when I come home.
That's why, for sure.
And it's like, man, I mean, I could, if
it taxes your mental, emotional reserves.
Yeah,
and you're drained when you get home.
Yeah. If you want to know kind of what the dynamic is, I can't repeat it here, but there's a speech from the movie Team America that talks about 3 types of people in the world.
Okay.
Look that up on YouTube. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
There are, these, and something, and, and they all have a function, and
sorry.
And so it just, yeah, man, like, your tongue can get you in trouble. And really, like, the hardest part is just letting it go, sacrificing your ego, and just sitting on your hands and just saying, I could eviscerate this person if I wanted to. And in a weird way, you can kind of go to your happy place.
Yeah.
And think about that.
Right.
While all of these little...
Knowing that you have the capability.
And the power to crush.
Yeah. And you're deciding not to.
Yeah. And instead, you're just letting all these little chittering monkeys just have their little...
Let the puppies play and tumble.
Yep. Let them eat each other's poop.
Dog, yeah.
And you just think, man, if I wanted to... I could just crush these morons.
Yeah.
And every now and then you bite a puppy a little bit just to remind them,
Little nip.
Yeah. I had to do that yesterday with a guy, who it happens, and it's great when it does, but yeah, that, you learn that sort of Ezel Bancroft thing of like, man, mouth can get you in trouble.
Yes, it can, and it has.
You better be able to back it up.
Yeah, and I wasn't able to. That's where the trouble came.
Yeah.
If you are still watching, please subscribe to Heavy Realms YouTube channel, or you can join us on Facebook at the Gosslings. Just go to Facebook, look for the Gosslings Writers Group. You'll find our page there. We have a page and a group. Either one, you'll be able to see this live stream.
Yeah.
And that's all for that. Should we go into one-offs?
Yeah. Let's do typewriter.
Typewriter one-offs.
All right.
Every week, because we're a writers group, condition of membership is that you type a one-page something on a typewriter, a creative one-page work, a short story, essay, poem, whatever, one page on a typewriter. And then you have to be able to man up and read your slop to the rest of the group, which is you guys. We're going to read to you guys what we wrote. We always hate to, I
like to go first in everything, but I don't want to be a hawk.
I hate going first sometimes.
Yeah. Well, but you know what?
Indecisive. I don't know.
The interesting thing, though, is that honestly, the way the dynamic works is one of us usually writes something kind of heavy and then the other writes something kind of light.
True.
So it's kind of cool to just leave it to chance a little bit, because we do rock, paper, scissors.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of fun to leave it to chance a little bit and see where it lands and just let the Lord take it.
That's right.
So
let's do it. Let's see how it goes. Ready?
1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, yeah.
All right. Here's mine. Went a little lighter today.
Did you? Actually, you know what? I want to go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
So that's the winner's privilege.
Yeah, absolutely.
You win the coin toss.
It's your
prerogative.
Go
first, especially if you're doing something funny. I'd rather end on a funnier note.
All right.
This was a scene that I've had in my head for a long time.
Okay. All right.
Okay. The door to the Connex box swung open. He was hit with a volcanic eruption of sweltering, musty heat. Inside, it was dark. It took a few seconds for his eyes to adjust. He stood at the entrance and let the door hang, inhaling the dank, sour heat. The air tasted of sour sweat and copper. "Have you come to kill me?" called out a voice from within the sarcophagal shadows. He took a step inside, letting the light cascade his shadow across the prisoner, and crossed his arms. "I've come for answers." He moved closer inside, taking long, measured strides towards the rear of the Connex box. When he reached the source of the stench, he stopped and stood, letting his shadow do the talking for him. Many moments hung in dreaded silence. Dust motes swirled in the cascade of light and shadow, playing tricks on his eyes like the fairy dust he knew to be real. "Do you have any idea who I am?" said the voice of the one at the rear of the Connex box. The standing man shifted on his feet, allowing the light to momentarily wash over the stinking prisoner, tied and bound to a chair bolted to the deck of the Connex, his body secured with enough duct tape to reseal the AC system in a house. The tied-up prisoner squinted under the sudden harsh burst of afternoon amber sunlight across his face. No doubt it was the first light he had seen in days, since his abduction from the studio backlot. The man standing across from him leered down at the prisoner. "I'll ask the questions, if you don't mind," he said. "But yes, I do, in point of fact, know who you are." "Then you have some idea of what you've done," the prisoner said defiantly from his binding chair. The standing man nodded. "And who will be coming after me?" he replied. "Though it will vex you in your last moments, know that this is not ultimately about you." "Then why bother with me?" the prisoner demanded. "I'm worth more alive than dead. My people would have paid you a healthy ransom." The standing man shook his head. "Our hunger cannot be satiated with money," he declared. "I know you Hollywood types think everyone is as greedy, vain, and degenerate as you, but the true power is in the flyover country that you people mock. I am the red right hand of their arbiter's will. You have drank the blood of their sons and daughters for too long. You have poisoned the souls of the Lord's people with your witchcraft for far longer than the celluloid has existed to hold the image of your stars on marquees and graven images. This is a struggle that stretches back to the garden, and I am here to tip the balance." The standing man knelt before the prisoner and peered deep into his piercing blue eyes. The sunset rays revealed a handsome Roman nose, sharp eyebrows, dark, close-cropped hair, and a bewitching smile of pristine white teeth. All the makings of one of the most famous actors in the world. A movie icon who looked half his age. "Tell me where Leviathan smiles," the man said to him. "Tell me where the beast beds down to feast with the harlot. Tell me about the lairs where your ilk goes to pay the devil his due, so that you may live forever under the sign of Remphan and Moloch." The prisoner drew back, gobsmacked. "How do you know these things? And who are you?" "We have already busted your dumbs in Haiti and D.C., the man said. "Tell me where to find the one in Hollywood. Tell me," he demanded, producing the Spear of Destiny, "about the Dragon Court." "Who are you?" the prisoner demanded, yet it was more of a plea than anything else. The man pressed the tip of the spear to the actor superstar's sternum and smiled. "The name's Coke," he said. "Roman Coke."
Yeah. Nice. So there's a chapter from Roman Coke and Sasquatchlips.
I think it's going to be the epilogue.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. Oh, I like it. At
Yeah.
first I was following along, and then I realized, wait a minute, this sounds modern day.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, this is a Hollywood guy. There's this prisoner.
Yeah.
And it was Roman Coke's prisoner. Yeah.
It's Tom
nice.
Cruise.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That was well described. That's what I was imagining. That's what I was fantasizing
Yeah.
it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just, because I figure, like, if there's going to be a second Roman Coke book, it should be about, like, vampires,
Mhm.
and how, like, vampires are these adrenochrome drinking, Satanists and Luciferians that are, like, all these elites that you hear about,
Yeah. That's
and,
got to be real.
and I think so, yeah. I think so.
There's some weird stuff, man.
There's weird stuff in the world.
Ah,
So it'd be cool if after he subverts the Sasquatch apocalypse, his next mission is to go after the people that tried to cause it,
yeah.
which are like the cabal.
Yeah, the vampiric cabal.
The vampiric cabal.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
All right, here's mine.
get right up on it.
Buckle up, because it's deep.
Yeah, good.
Birds don't dig. They don't mess up the yard or leave mounds of camouflage crap. True, they don't do a great job of deterring burglars. Dumb and Dumber made that very clear. Poor Petey. But they do have their advantages over dogs, and especially cats. First and foremost, their standard mode, their status quo, is containment. They stay in their cage and are happy to do so. Don't believe me? Open a birdcage sometime and offer your finger as an escape perch. They retreat to the far corners or edges of the cage. Once you've conditioned a bird to confidently exit outside the cage, so long as the wings are clipped, they will stay close, and there's no fear that the creature, your new pet, will try to flee. Now, you can't really teach a bird to fetch, and they aren't exactly a chick magnet like a puppy or a baby. You can't teach them to sit or shake or play dead. Cats don't do that either, for that matter. But unlike any other kind of pet, you can teach a bird to talk, and they will command only the vocabulary that you offer them. Word by word, you can build your bird's cornucopia of obscenities and curses, movie quotes and limericks. And don't forget to first teach your bird to whistle the Andy Griffith theme song. Yeah. And if you don't know who Andy Griffith is, you're a cat person, and I hope you die. Matter of fact, teach your bird to say that to strangers. You're a cat person, I hope you die. Yes, a bird, a parrot in particular, is the perfect party pet and goes with Halloween costumes as well. Now, you don't have to be a pirate every year. You could be Sylvester from Looney Tunes with your bird. Or you could be Wile E. Coyote with your bird. Great fun. You could teach your bird to sing Take These Broken Wings by Mr. Mister. Try doing that with a dog or a hamster. Hell, you can't even get a pet monkey to do any of the crap I just suggested. And monkeys jerk their you-know-whats and throw their own poop. And in case you haven't figured it out yet, cats can't do any of this either. And the biggest thing that I have against cats is that even if they could, they sure as hell won't. And the best part of all is that you can drop $20 on a cheap bird from PetSmart to get your feet wet in bird ownership. Yeah. If you make a mistake, you won't be out any real money and can easily try again. Plus, PETA won't blow their vegan lids and organize a live stream protest at your front door. So give a bird a try. Go Long John Silver.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, last episode, Nick wrote a really cute, sweet one about dogs.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, he writes about what he really wants inside.
My next thing, yeah.
Which is a bird.
Yeah, someday, no pet lasts forever, and I'm thinking about the next chapter of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
There might be a break. We might take a break from pets, and then it's a bird.
Yeah. Well, birds are low investment.
Big time.
I mean, how long is a bird going to live? 8 years?
Oh, no. Parrots can live a long time.
Really?
70, 80 years. Parrots can.
So there are parrots out there that are going to outlive me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, wow.
For sure.
I had just resigned myself to turtles and sharks and alligators.
Yeah, birds live a lot. Now the the smaller PetSmart birds, they don't live all that long.
Yeah.
That's why it's a good place to start.
Yeah. Low cost investment, low impact.
It's like anything else. You can really go down deep and spend a lot of money to get a very specific species and all the accoutrements that come with it. It's super expensive. But that's not where you start.
No.
You don't want it to be 1 degree too cold in your house and you wake up and your $4,000 bird is, tits up.
Yeah. Yes, talons up.
Yeah, talons up. Yeah, birds don't have teats.
Big down. So okay, I have to ask, without context, how tempted were you to change lids to load?
Well, that was
Did you
I
sit
had
there
to
for a
change it.
second?
I had to change it to lids.
Yeah. So Nick and I, we did these typewriter one-offs. Pretty much like probably 10 minutes, 20 minutes before we,
Yeah, that was the quick edited version.
Yeah. So literally I'm sitting right here with his beautiful Smith Corona, typing away, and Nick is behind me over
Over
there
there on that big underwood on top of the
guy
barn.
would have made a horrible meteorologist. Right there. It's over there, right there. And so he's like behind me writing, and I'm up here writing, and it's like every now and then, you hear, and then you hear, slow, like, I don't know, it's an ebb and flow of pace. And he finished before I did, of course.
Well, yours was way longer. Mine was double spaced.
Oh, yeah.
Yours was,
Yeah. Well, at least I got it last time. At least last episode's was a one-pager.
It's true. It's true. And it was good. Yeah, it was really good.
Successful one-pager. So, every now and then, even a broken clock.
It looks so good. It looks so good.
But I like the typing on it. The typeface on this. This is really good.
Yeah, it's a smaller typeface.
It is smaller. It's clean.
You can get more on the page.
The action is pretty tight.
Yeah, it's good. I like the Smith Corona Silent Super.
Yeah.
1950, I don't know, 4 or 5, something like that.
Do you think that's the best typewriter you have?
I think it has the best action.
Yeah.
Of all the typewriters. It probably, needs some work, but it's the best. I think it's the best to type on so far.
Yeah.
I say so far because I fully intend on getting more typewriters.
Nick collects typewriters away.
I do now.
Collect like main battle rifles.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you got your little typewriter there?
I'm trying to like build I'm trying to build up an inventory so that I can trade you for a gun
too.
Yeah. I can tell a story. Yeah, your typewriter.
Yeah. Oh, you got your little typewriter. I got my Chicago typewriter. You
gonna type me an invoice?
Yeah. Let's see whose bill gets to who first. Yeah. No, the pen is mightier, huh? Oh, okay, we'll find out. Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out the hard way.
I would love to see Bill Burr sit down at a typewriter and try to use it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude.
Oh, and just hear him rant about how ridiculous and obsolete it is.
What is this? What am I supposed to do my taxes on a friggin' abacus? Supposed to write a letter on a typewriter?
This makes
Dear Eleanor Roosevelt.
All the typos.
Oh God, yeah.
Immortalized.
Dude. It's just and all the hammers.
I don't need a freaking typewriter to just lay out all my mistakes. I'm married, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I'm married. Why don't we just get her in here? Hey, typewriter, come in here. Just all the hammers are just doubled up on each other. Like every single hammer he can't. Yeah. I think that would last like 15 minutes.
I got my helicopter pilot's license. I can't figure out how to backspace.
I can't figure out where the 1 is. Yeah. There's a bit of a learning curve.
Dear Eleanor Roosevelt. That's so good. That's great. Oh, man, those were good. Good one-offs.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
We are about half an hour into this now. We might as well jump into our topic this time around.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
ID4, baby.
Biggest movie of the year that year.
It was, man. That was such a huge summer.
Yeah. Oh, did Forrest Gump come out that same year? Or was Gump's... I think Gump was like 97.
I think I might have been 97.
Something like that. Okay. Independence Day was huge. Huge movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's like that, Jurassic Park, and Terminator 2.
Yeah.
I've got to be the 3 biggest movies of the 90s.
Yeah.
As far as like, big action blockbuster.
Oh, big. Well, I mean, Braveheart was big.
Oh, Braveheart.
That was 95. That was pretty huge.
Yeah, Braveheart was huge.
There were some, like Heat came out in 97, which was really great. That wasn't it was action, but it wasn't like big action. Gettysburg came out in the 90s, didn't it?
Yep. 93, 4,
somewhere in there.
Something like that.
Yeah. But Independence Day was great because it was like it was I think it was the best one of the best sci-fi movies of the 90s.
Absolutely.
It was PG-13. Everyone could
watch it.
Yeah.
It's not too violent like Terminator.
Yeah.
You know, it's not too cerebral or vulgar like The Usual Suspects.
It's not cerebral.
You know, it's not cerebral.
Yeah.
It is a big happy golden retriever that just wants to lick your face and play fetch.
What year did Jurassic Park come out?
I think 94.
It was
maybe?
Before Independence Day.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because Jeff Goldblum plays the exact same
character. Yeah.
Same guy, different name.
Yeah. Yeah, he plays. Yeah,
the
Dr. Scientist Man.
Yeah, the
Dr. Nebbish
mathematician.
Scientist. Yeah,
code breaking mathematician that's going to solve the problem.
Yeah,
same dude, which was great.
Professor Quirky.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was really good. So we watched. So Christian and Eva May are coming into an age now. My kids are coming into an age now where they can start to enjoy some of the movies from my youth.
Yeah.
And that aren't animated.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been every Friday night, pizza movie night, we watch a new movie, and I've been building Independence Day up for a while. And I had to pre-watch it because it's been so long to make sure there wasn't anything,
racy or
racy or too scary, or the language wasn't too bad.
Nah, but
and there were two places where I said, "All right, close your eyes," and I muted it because just a couple places.
Yeah.
But what was interesting is that Christian just started to pick up on story structure.
Oh yeah,
He started to pick up on story. So I made a little checklist of the 3-act story structure and all the beats.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that Independence Day followed the story structure quite tightly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I printed off one for him and one for me. And so he went through, and every time we got to one of these beats, we would check it off together and talk about it.
Cool.
And he was sharp. He recognized a lot of the things. And what I was surprised to see is we're checking them off. You have Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Yeah.
And the movie happens over a 3-day period. July 2nd, Act 1. Right. July 3rd is Act 2. And July 4th is the final act, is Act 3. And each day follows each act of a hero's journey story structure.
That's genius.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that. That occurred to me as we were watching the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a wonderful teaching tool to homeschool nerd parents like me.
Right, yeah. Cool parents.
Yeah, that was my biggest takeaway from it. And he enjoyed it.
Well, that movie, the South Park guys talk about that movie all the time. Like if that movie's on TV, you can't not watch it. Mm-hmm. Like if you're just scrolling through channels and you see Independence Day on, you're like, I gotta just watch at least like 5 minutes of this. Yeah. Like everybody talks about how dumb that movie is. Like, oh, it's just a big dumb alien invasion. It's just War of the Worlds. Blah blah. It's like, dude, shut up.
Shut up. Yeah.
You have no idea. I mean, it's so gratifying.
Yeah, and you know what it is about that movie?
And it's smart in ways that you don't pick up on.
Very true. That was the last aliens are the bad guys movie.
Yeah.
After that, all the aliens were good guys.
Yeah. Yep. Signs doesn't count because they were demons.
That's right.
Yeah. And it wasn't until
M. Night Shyamalan even
he said it.
He
actually came out and said that about 10 years ago, I think. Well, and everybody, like Pacific Rim is a movie that almost beat for beat follows Independence Day.
Really?
Yeah, Pacific Rim, even though it's made by Guillermo del Toro, and it came out probably 10 years after Independence Day. I think it came out in 2014 maybe. So almost. Or 20 years. It's almost the exact same movie, and it's just as effective.
Wow.
Wow. But Independence Day is cooler because it was the first big blockbuster alien invasion movie that was like, hey, we're going to take War of the Worlds, because it came out before the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds movie. We're going to take War of the Worlds, but we're going to make it rad. We're going to make it super awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to have F-15s, F-18s.
Yeah.
We're going to have attack choppers. We're going to have Marine pilots. We're going to have Harry Connick Jr.
We're going to have Harry Connick Jr. Who was great in that movie.
He's awesome. So, that's there's so many things. We could honestly, we could talk about this for a while, but Independence Day was the first, I think maybe the first movie to really have Harry Connick Jr. in some sort of, it was before he was on Will and Grace. I think it was before that serial killer or stalker movie that he did with Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, I didn't see it.
There was a movie where he played like some psycho stalker student, college student.
Interesting.
And I think he had like some sort of psycho crush obsession thing with his teacher. And I think it was Sigourney Weaver. And then he did a movie in the early 2000s or late 90s called Basic with John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. And it's awesome. It's a killer movie. And he plays like this sleazy, corrupt doctor on the. It's a military murder mystery.
Interesting.
It's got all these twists and turns.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah, I do remember that.
John Travolta is just like roided out in the movie, you know.
Yeah.
And it's also got Connie Nielsen in it, who was the princess chick from Gladiator. Who's also married to Lars Ulrich, which is hilarious because Lars Ulrich is shorter than me and she's like 5'11". So yeah, it's great. Good for you, Lars. Winning, buddy.
Well done.
But yeah, like Harry Connick Jr. is great. All that to say, like he's awesome as an actor. And in fact, he openly talks about how his album Star Turtle, which came out like the same year, was directly inspired by that movie.
No kidding.
Yeah, because like the spaceships, the planet killers, or the city killers, they look like turtles.
They do look like turtles, yeah.
And he talks about how like he was watching the footage of the movie, watching the special effects footage, and he's like, "Man, that looks like a turtle," you know. And he's like, "What if I made an album except the turtle was good?" You know, and which like Star Turtle is. Like Mom hated Star Turtle. She thought it was such bubblegum crap.
Loved Star Turtle.
Love Star Turtle. That's a great Harry Connick Jr.
One of the most
album.
unique albums of all time.
It really is, and it's beautiful. Like the music is great.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much fun. If you're into, if you're just into fun music, I don't even know how you would classify Star Turtle. Like
eccentric,
just pop, rock kind of. It's great for road trips. Driving around listening to Star Turtle is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
but Harry Connick Jr. is great. Will Smith is Will Smith.
Will Smith. Yeah.
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
I'm supposed to be at a barbecue.
What's that smell?
What is that smell? And Bill Pullman, dude.
Yeah, Bill Pullman's always been fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't a Bill Pullman movie he isn't great in.
That's really true. Yeah.
And Christian actually, it's so funny. Like, oh no, not Christian. It was Eva May. She goes when they start calling him Mr. President in the movie. Eva May goes, "Is he really the president?" Like hoping beyond hope that Bill Pullman had unseated Joe Biden somehow. And like he was our president now. I'm like, no, he's just pretending to be in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie. Oh,
yeah, she was disappointed for sure.
I know.
We all were.
Yeah, no kidding, because that came out during the Clinton years.
Yeah.
And
when Will Smith's girlfriend in the movie, she finds the first lady.
I voted for the other guy.
Yeah, she said, well, I voted for the other guy. And I'm like, yeah, I voted for Bill Pullman.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we all vote. Well, because his character is supposed to kind of
Whitmore.
be like, President Whitmore. He's supposed to be like a George Bush Sr., kind of.
Okay.
Because they're both fighter pilots.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, fairly conservative military background,
in the next election, we should write in Whitmore. President Whitmore.
I'm all for it.
Start a movement.
Look, no one.
Only as a Democrat. On the Democrat ticket.
That's how you get them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then
split the vote.
Yeah, well, because then the Dominion voting machines will be like, Democrat, give votes, give votes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The Vatican will sign off on it. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite part from Independence Day? Like your favorite, because every battle's different. The stakes are always raised. And like there are always things that they're trying. There's the dark night of the soul with the nuclear missiles, so
yeah. There are
or some of your favorite moments. It's hard to pick one.
It is hard. When they figure out how to, when the shields go down for all the alien ships and the president's missile hits the mothership.
Oh yeah.
And then the air battle breaks out.
Because the first one doesn't hit.
Right. And
everybody's bummed out and he's like, I want one more shot at it.
I'm gonna take one more shot.
And he's like, you can just see him like squinting, like Lone Star squinting, even though he's wearing the mask, Yeah.
Well, it was hanging off his face.
Oh, that's right. It was hanging off his face.
So, yeah, and it's hard to, it was really, really hard. I remember this from back when it came out.
Yeah,
it was really difficult to watch that movie and take Bill Pullman seriously after watching Spaceballs.
Yeah,
so we grew up with Spaceballs.
We grew up with Spaceballs.
Came out way before Independence Day, and then seeing Independence Day and like. I think that's Lone Star.
Yeah, it's Lone Star
as the president. It's weird.
Yeah, like Han Solo's brother.
Yeah,
and it's like Han Solo's like trailer park brother. Yeah,
in a galaxy a little farther away.
Right. Yeah. Where we break for no one.
Spaceballs is so good. I think that when the air battle breaks out, and they can actually shoot down the little alien fighters.
Yeah,
I like that part. And when they take the crashed alien ship in the underground base, and they figure out how they can take the shields down and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff Goldblum tells them to release the clamps, and it floats.
Yeah,
they didn't know that they could actually fly it. That was cool. And then when Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith get in the ship to fly it, he pulls back. He turns the thing and then he pulls back for the throttle. Yeah. I was just like, I want one. I just want one. It reminds me of the ship from Flight of the Navigator, the old 80s.
Yes,
Flight of the
that's
Navigator.
what. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's been bugging me for 25 years.
It's It looks like a Hall's. It looks like a little Hall's lozenge that just hovers. It does.
Yeah.
It's like chrome.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Inspired by the ship design from Stargate.
The ship is the
because it's the same people.
Yeah, the Horus ships that come out. Yeah. Okay.
Like flying wings.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
because even on the alien ships, they kind of curve forward at the end. The wings come out and they kind of curve to a point and back to the cockpit windshield, and it's still got that crest on top. Yeah. Those are I can see it.
Well, because Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich are the producer-director teams behind Independence Day. And 2 years before that, they made Stargate, which is crazy to think about. Like a 2-year turnaround time between Stargate, which was a huge movie. I mean, those guys were on fire for like 4 years. So Stargate came out, and then Independence Day came out, and they both were like these mega successes. And then they came out with Godzilla in '98 or '99, and it was not very good. But
for some reason, Godzilla just can't seem to really get a good foot. It can't get a good foothold in American culture.
Yeah, I don't think King Kong
not as
can
exciting
either, to be honest with you.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
not anymore.
I think we kind of outgrown it. It's
just a big monkey.
But it's just a big monkey. But honestly, I think those kind of big monster movies were probably reached their apogee, ironically, with Pacific Rim. Because Pacific Rim is about, like, it's such an absurd concept. It's like, in order to fight the monsters, we had to build monsters of our own.
Big mechs.
And they build big mechs, It's like, okay, this is dumb. But it's awesome dumb. It's like you don't care. You just, but they're constant. It's just these big, like city scraper, using trains as nunchucks. Kind of.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like everything. Yeah, if you've never seen Pacific Rim, we should watch that, especially on the heels of Independence Day. You'll see the similarities. I mean, like Idris Elba is in it. He kind of plays like the President Whitmore kind of character.
Okay.
And he even gives a speech at the end,
like
that is
Bill
like
Pullman's
the
speech.
Yeah. We're not gonna go down without a fight. We're not gonna surrender to the night.
We'll not go quietly into the
That's
fight.
what it was. Yeah,
we'll not give up without a fight.
We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today we celebrate.
But it didn't rhyme at that point. The rhyming stopped.
Yeah,
that speech started out really good. I was like, this is a really
it
good
does
speech. And the last part is just a layer of
cheese.
Oh, it's so cheesy.
Oh, they layer on the cream cheese,
and everyone's like,
and it's just so. Oh yeah, there's a one shot of that one dude who's like clearly just too into it, and the other guy's like, I don't think he's shooting off his MP5.
They have their sunglasses and mullet. Like,
it's just pure Americana. It's so awesome. Yeah.
Looks like tarmac of nothing but NASCAR fans.
Well, and it starts off so cool because like the music is very soft. Again, this is if you think Independence Day is just a big dumb movie, you have no idea like all of the little subtle awesome things they do to make this movie cathartic and evocative. Because like it starts off, he's walking towards the aircraft in his flight suit, President Whitmer, and Robert Loggia, who's awesome, is like, he tells him something to the effect of like, I don't really think the president should be flying, on this mission or whatever, and Bill Pullman's like, I'm a fighter pilot, Bill. I was born to be in the air, and then he grabs he gets up in the little scissor lift and he grabs like the megaphone with the microphone thing and he, it's got the little feedback and he holds it. And then it's just all these like little cool details, man. It's so much fun.
It's good.
Yeah,
it was good. And my boy loved it, and he understands now why I was pushing him to watch the movie.
Right.
Because they don't like being forced out of their animated comfort zone with new movies. And so next week,
can we just watch Despicable Me again?
Yeah, we're gonna watch Sandlot next week.
Oh yeah, dude, awesome.
Yes.
Sandlot.
Yeah, you're killing me, Smalls. I guarantee I'm going to be hearing that ad nauseum. Yeah, Independence Day.
Well, the special effects are great.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, I saw it. I think I rewatched it a year or two ago, and I remember just casually watching it, like in passing, having seen it in the past 24 hours. Fresh eyes, fresh mind. Does it hold up, special effects wise?
I'd say for the most part, yeah.
Yeah?
It's getting a little dated, but yeah, it still holds up.
Yeah. They pulled out a lot of tricks for that movie.
Yeah.
Like the fireball stuff, all those buildings and everything that blew up, they built models.
Wow.
Every one of those. So all the DC buildings, all the New York buildings, they even, the behind the scenes, if you've never seen like the behind the scenes specials on Independence Day, you should totally check it out. It was a massive Hollywood production. Like ILM was stretched to its limits doing this. I mean, they were coming off. I think they did Stargate, but they did Jurassic Park. I think before that, and Jurassic Park was the other one that really stretched them.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
This one, I think, stretched them just as much in the scope because, like, when the aliens come over, and they blow up everything, in the cities, the way they did the fireball was they took large tables, or maybe they were plywood boards, and built cities on them sideways, and then like built them like this, and then hoisted the whole thing sideways up on a wall, and then shot a giant fireball up and filmed it.
Oh wow!
So that's how you get this natural looking effect of all these flames.
Oh wow!
Wrapping around these buildings.
Yeah.
Blowing off all these cars, and they would CG in the cars and everything.
Which was still pretty impressive. I mean, it looked like they were hurling cars, at each other, and they're coming crashing down. I mean, it was all very. It was all very good.
Yeah,
there wasn't a moment where I was like, that's kind of looks cheap.
Well, and there were interesting moments in that movie too, like in the first battle with the Black Knights, the fighter squadron, with Harry Connick Jr. and Will Smith. There's the one pilot who just for whatever reason can't pull up fast enough.
Yeah.
And he wipes out, he blows up, he
runs
crashes
into the shield.
On the shield.
Yeah.
And so and that's a genius little moment because one, you've now diminished the power of the protagonist. You've made them seem even weaker than they already are, and you've translated to the audience that these guys have shields and even a fighter jet can't punch through them, So
and it's at that moment too. What's so cool about that? Well, they go up the ship. The fighter squadron pulls up.
They start coming out.
The one guy crashes.
Yeah.
And as they're going up, all the alien spacecraft start swarming out. And they fly through the swarm.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
one of them smacks into it.
Yeah, it smacks into it, and it has a shield, and it just kind of bounces over.
And it's fine.
Then, you're like, oh man, this is not gonna be easy.
Yeah, I mean. That's and the South Park guys actually talk about that. How they talk about how each battle raises the stakes every time, because they don't really figure out how to beat the shield thing until the end when they're over Area 51.
Yeah,
and so and I was joking with Nick about it earlier when we were going to lunch. Just my favorite part is the montage when they figure out how to crack the code. and they're like going to like all the different countries in the world, and the music
by
changes.
Morse code.
Yeah, and they're just and it's like over in Russia, and all of a sudden the music is like it's like it turns into this like choral sort of thing. And then they're like over in like Israel or somewhere in the Middle East, and it's like the desert or Egypt or somewhere, and it's like there's the Israeli fighter pilot and the British
and the Iraqi.
Yeah. And the music kind of takes on like either a Middle Eastern or a British flair. I can't remember exactly what they do there, but it's just genius, man. Like they paid a lot of attention to detail.
And there's about 5 seconds of the same thing happening in like Japan.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a very forgettable part of it, but it was an inclusion move because they didn't want to leave out Asia.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that the one where the guy walks in and he salutes and he just like picks up the telegram or the piece of paper from the I do.
And then he says something in Japanese and there's subtitles.
We will launch tomorrow or something like that. Yeah.
It was I don't know. I don't speak that language.
How dare you?
Yeah, well, he actually says konnichwa.
Does
That's
he
the
say
very
konnichiwa?
first thing he says. I'm like,
that's
that doesn't
hilarious.
match what I see on the screen. Because clearly I know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's what's so funny about that movie is like, it is like that movie clearly existed before cancel culture.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you couldn't make that movie now.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like there are so many things about that movie that are so clearly like non-PC. And I mean it's not bad. It's not like Blazing Saddles bad or anything, but it's just you see moments like that, and you know that if that movie came out today, they'd be pilloried.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 2.5 hours of microaggression.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't make a movie anymore where the American president is a white guy and he's a protagonist. There's no way. You can't make that movie.
No.
You can't make that movie anymore.
Those days are over, Well, and all the characters, the interesting thing is like all the characters have arcs. Mm-hmm. So like in the beginning, Will Smith is bummed out because he fails to be, he fails to qualify for NASA.
Right.
Which is like, well, of course you did, dude. You're a Marine pilot. Like you should have joined the Air Force, idiot. But so he, and then by the end of the movie, he's like the only one who gets to not only survive, even though he crashes everything he's in, but he gets to go to outer space.
Yeah.
So like he gets his character arc.
Yep.
President Whitmore, there's a throwaway line in the beginning where his like press secretary / girlfriend is telling him something that came out in the papers in the movie about like how he's a weak president, the weak-kneed president or something. Like he has some sort of bad reputation for being soft. Yeah. So his character arc is by the end of the movie, he's proven that he's a warrior. Mm-hmm. He's a protector president, and then you have David. There's my David.
Oh, I love that guy. The guy who plays
Judd Hirsch.
Yes, I love him.
He
plays the Jewish father of
Dr. Ian Malcolm Part 2. Jeff Goldblum.
So good. That guy was great. I think Jeff Goldblum was probably my favorite actor in the movie, though.
Yeah.
Even though it was the same guy that he was in the previous movie 2 years earlier, I just liked it.
It works.
Jeff Goldblum. It was great. He's so unique.
Yeah.
He's very.
I guess. Well, the countdown is. It's not a communications. It's a countdown, and I have to get on my bicycle, and yeah. Just do that.
When it counts down, checkmate.
Okay. So if you could get like, I wanted to ask Stephen Pressfield this in our last episode with the interview. I didn't have time, but I wanted to ask him like if you could get like Dionysius, Leonidas, Alcibiades, Alexander the Great, and Telamon all in a room together, what do you think it would be like? Same thing here. If you could get Dr. or whatever, like David, whatever his name is, Jeff Goldblum's character, and then Jeff Goldblum's character from Jurassic Park, and then what's his name? Christopher Walken.
Okay.
All in a room together. Like Jeff Goldblum and Christopher Walken in a room together.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, and James Spader from Stargate.
Oh,
all three. Would anything get done? Or would it like crack the universe? Because even if you just had like,
I'm trying to imagine Christopher Walken in any character he's been in
any room.
being in that room with like smart, like super genius scientists and researchers, and then there's Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
he'd probably be the mastermind criminal.
Yeah. I just think it'd be funny. I mean, even if you just had like Jeff Goldblum,
you gotta figure out how to do it, or I'm gonna break your knees.
If you don't, stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
With a soldering iron.
I mean, it's the planet.
It's the that was really good. It's the planet.
It's the planet.
It's the planet.
I read one time that the reason why he talks that way is just because he like will get so bored reading his lines that he just does it to entertain himself. Just
That's great.
Surprised.
That's great.
But if you think about it, like you get David from David from Independence Day, and then James Spader's character from Stargate.
Yeah.
Get those two working on the aliens.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Two people who like don't know how to talk, who are both anxious, nervous, and super genius. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
good luck with that. We also had, in that movie, there was also Adam Baldwin. Not one of the Baldwins, not one of the Hollywood Baldwins, but he did play Jane Cobb in Firefly and Serenity. And he plays the Air Force security detail guy. The alien,
Yes. Yeah, he's good.
And he's like, President Whitmore after the interrogation that release me. Where he's like, got the tentacle around Data's neck.
Yeah.
Is
that glass bulletproof?
Is that glass? No, sir. And they just waste him.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
That's awesome. And Brent Spiner. Brent Spiner's in it as Data.
Yep.
Creepy as ever.
Yep.
There's just nothing about Brent. Brent Spiner's never not creepy.
Yeah, nope.
In everything he's in.
In this movie, he was exceptionally creepy.
Yeah.
Really, really creepy.
Looked like every Domino's delivery driver you've ever met.
It's a dude who has literally, if the government is the parent, this guy has been living in the parent's basement for 40 years or whatever.
I mean, literally, because he's in Area 51.
He is in Area 51.
Yeah,
he's been underground. His skin is like pasty.
Mm-hmm.
His hair is scraggly and long.
Facial hair.
They don't let us out much.
much.
You want to see the big tamale? If you mean alien, yes.
Yeah, right. Can you quantify that for me, please? If it means the 3 aliens in the tube you got.
They open the vault. It's just a bunch of like bobblehead figures that he's been collecting for 50 years.
It's just pictures of him. It's just mannequins of him that he sculpted out of his own like dead skin cells. It's collected from the HVAC system, his own hair follicles. See, that's a glimpse of what you might get with the potato cam after party.
That's right.
What does the Brent Spiner scientist make his his graven image?
I don't even want
mannequins out of. Just pulling out his own hair.
It puts the lab coat on.
Yeah. It puts the stethoscope on its skin. Yeah. Oh, and that was kind of creepy too when you see the aliens in the tubes. I read on the trivia page on IMDb they talked about how the U.S. military was. You'll think this is interesting. All about lending support through the whole production until they found out that Area 51 was involved, and then they pulled everything.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. Because you got to think about all the material that's in that movie.
Yeah.
The helicopters, the uniforms, the bases that they filmed on, the jets, the models. I mean, all the equipment, and then at a certain point, apparently they found
it's a little too close to home.
Yeah, that Area 51 was involved in the movie, and
we're not advising on that.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, baby.
Why not?
Why? Right.
Help us make something up.
Yeah. Help us make something up, David. Yeah. You could have been a big scientist and said, "Yeah, I came up repairman."
This is healthy.
Yeah, and this is healthy. I like the part where the wormy bureaucrat guy when huddled together in Area 51, they're all scared and they're praying together, and he like sits down next to Judd Hirsch, and it's like, "I'm not Jewish," and Judd Hirsch goes, "Nobody's perfect."
It's okay, nobody's perfect.
Even though Judd Hirsch is playing like the most hardcore stereotype.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like again, like that's what makes that fun. That there's no cynicism in that movie. I think that's why that movie works.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I mean?
That's a really good point because the generation that was being birthed at that time,
Yeah.
that were too young for that movie,
Yeah.
you know, has grown into the most cynical.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can't watch a movie without cynicism.
Right. It's got to have some subversive, cynical, postmodernist, great nihilistic message to it.
There's nothing deep about that.
No, there isn't. It's
self-loathing. If it doesn't have self-loathing,
yeah, because misery loves company. And I mean, look, you know, you could like go down the esoteric rabbit hole and say like,
talking about you millennials.
That's right. Yeah. Talking about millennials on the Gosslings live stream. You know what to do. There's bleach somewhere. Check your mom's pantry. Because we know you're living at home.
2 words, Tide Pods.
Oh my God. Yes, no kidding. But you know, like I get, you know, there's people who will poo-poo that movie for good reason, saying like, you know, well, it's promoting the one world, new world order. It's laying the groundwork for, you know, a great deception with the alien invasion. Like, yeah, I know, I get all that.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But at the same time, like, you have to draw a line somewhere with your entertainment where you know it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And you just take it for what it is.
Yeah.
And again, that movie, like Jeff Goldblum's character has a character arc because he's like, you know, he's not living up to his potential.
Right, exactly.
You know, so you know, this movie is so smart and it's still fun. It's not trying to be something it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not trying to give a big message, you know?
Yep.
It's just having fun, telling a cool story.
Yep.
You know?
They have 4 main protagonists.
Yeah.
And they have 4 story arcs that they have to complete.
Yeah.
And they pull it off. It takes an extra half hour, 45 minutes. It's a pretty long movie.
Yeah.
But they wrap it all up.
Yeah. And you know, it feels it doesn't go by super fast. It feels when you get to the end of Independence Day, you're kind of exhausted. It's a little bit. It's like getting to the end of Braveheart. You're like,
oh, listen, that's the ice cream truck passing my house right now. Apologies.
Ice cream. Yeah. Anyways, this live stream's over. Let's go get ice cream.
Yeah.
Just throw everything. It's just like this thing pointed up at the ceiling for the next like 20 minutes while we chase down the ice cream.
And as soon as it like there's a bug crawls across the lens right when it dies, so it freezes there.
Yeah, it's a little chitinous skittering across the lens, and then it just.
We keep this garage pretty bug free.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never really
try to keep it clean and under control here. So.
Too, like all of the fighter jet like moments, all of the like, you know, Eagle 1, Fox 2, you know, shooting off the missiles.
Yeah.
And it's so genius because they only have so many missiles.
Yeah.
So it's like you only have so many chances, so it raises the stakes.
Yeah. Each plane only had 4 missiles.
Yeah. So and it's not like, I mean, they have their miniguns or whatever, but you can only do so much damage. They even say in the movie, like, we're just not doing enough damage, you know, as it's coming over Area 51 and it's getting ready to light up. And it just, they know what they're doing all the time and they lay the groundwork. It's really almost, it's going to sound so dumb to say, but it's almost like a masterclass in writing.
Yeah.
Of like, setup and payoff. Mm-hmm. The whole movie is just setup, payoff, setup, payoff, setup, payoff.
Yep.
And they don't really leave any vestigial things hanging. At one point they talk about not having any missiles left, you know, and then here comes Russell Case. Was that the guy's name?
Yeah, Russell.
Yeah, Russ. He comes in, you know, with Russ.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid. That's the actor's name.
Yeah.
And he comes in with the plane, you know. With
he's the one guy left with a missile.
Right. And he's the crazy crop duster whose life has been ruined because he's traumatized from an alien abduction and no one believes him, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, in the original, they even created the shot for it. In the original, he was flying his crop duster with a missile strapped to it. He wasn't in. Yeah, the original version was him in his crop duster.
Oh wow,
it's dumb. The better version is the theatrical version.
Yeah.
Of that, where because he's in the plane like trying to sober up, figure out the console of the F-18 Super Hornet.
Yeah.
And it's weapons armed. And he's trying to push the button.
Hell of a day to stop drinking.
Hell of a day to stop drinking, which is such a Lethal Weapon moment.
Yeah.
I picked a hell of a week to stop smoking. It's just the movie. There's nothing about that movie. The only thing that even my people will poo-poo is the dog surviving by jumping over the fireball. Right.
Even Christian laughed.
Yeah, it's pretty
I was wee.
Yeah. Wee. Even that's a little dumb, but the trope is smart. Again,
absolutely.
This movie is so smart. Don't kill the dog.
Yeah.
Don't kill the dog. You especially can't handle that because that's one thing that really hurt I Am Legend. The other Will Smith movie that his dog dies and I've never seen that movie because of that.
Yeah.
I won't watch that movie because of that. And Independence Day is hard enough because the mom dies and that actually is a pretty tough scene to watch with the kid. But you can only afford as a writer, you can really only stand to have maybe one or two of those max. Yeah. You can't, and you really got to be careful if you kill the dog.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one reason why everybody knows Old Yeller. No one knows Old Yeller because of its setting, or
the only thing that happens in that movie.
Yeah. No one knows, ask 100 people what the name of the main character is in Old Yeller. No one, 5 people will know.
Yeah.
Ask them, what's it famous for? Killing a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Don't kill the dog.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Even if it looks dumb. it does. It does look dumb.
Yeah, is it World War Z? Is that right? The movie? No. The one that Will Smith's in. What's it called? I saw.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. That's right. So at the end of it, when the dog dies, because it's kind of like zombie. It's a zombie.
It gets the virus.
Movie.
Yeah.
It gets the virus. It's dying in his arms, and he knows it's going to come back as a zombified version of his dog.
Yeah.
So as it's dying, he has to make sure that it dies a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, it's not enough that the dog's dying.
Right. It's not.
You got to make
enough.
him take extra cruel steps.
Pass. Hard pass.
I Am Legend.
No thanks.
No. Not legendary.
No, I am not going to watch this movie.
So, I am leaving.
Yeah, I am leaving. Yeah. No thanks. I mean that moment when all the fighter jets are flying down and they're like, let's pave the road, and then they just all hit the throttle and the afterburners flare and they start shooting their machine guns and they're just mowing down.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, there was this really awesome tie-in. You could probably find it in an emulator online or something. There was a PlayStation 1 Independence Day game.
No way.
And dude, it was awesome.
Really? First person cockpit?
Third person flying the planes.
Behind the plane?
Yeah. So your plane is out here.
Okay.
And every mission was just about the same. It was 10 or 12 missions. It's all the same. The city ship is overhead and you got to fly and blow up certain things on the city ship, and then you got to kill a certain amount of fighters and kill the trooper transports. But what's cool is you get 12 different planes.
Oh, cool.
So you get an F-15 Eagle.
Yeah.
You get an F-16 Falcon. You get an F-14 Tomcat. You get an F-18 Hornet. You get a Harrier. You get an A-10 Warthog. And then you get I think you get a Russian MiG.
Cool.
You get whatever the Russian plane is that has the triangle wings that can fly like this along the ground. I can't remember the name of it. But anyways, it's awesome.
Cool.
And it's so much fun. And it's exactly like the movie. And they use clips from the movie, and eventually you get to take the alien spaceship and fly into the big mothership.
Game.
No, PlayStation 1. And I think it's just called Independence Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's nothing special about it, but man, it's just like the movie. It's it's just exactly what you want it to be.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Cool. I mean, that movie, they came out with a sequel, Resurgence. I have not seen it. It looked...
Oh, no, I didn't see it.
Yeah. Independence Day Resurgence, I would not...
It's not a movie you can do a sequel about, really.
No, you really can't.
No, it's a complete thing. It's a complete saga in one movie.
Yeah.
You have 4 main characters with their, and that's the whole story.
Yeah.
I don't know how you continue all that with any sort of credibility. It's just a cash grab.
Yeah.
It's kind of
really
disappointing, really. It's a little gratuitous.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
And it's sad because they brought back like Bill Pullman, and they brought back Jeff Goldblum. They couldn't get Will Smith to come back, so they killed him off. Yeah.
And he knew. He's like, no.
Yeah. I ain't doing that.
Maybe I'll come back for the remake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they'll probably do a remake.
I'll do Wild Wild West 2 before I do that movie, Yeah. But yeah, if you've never seen Independence Day, you totally should watch it. And if you have seen Independence Day, you need to watch Pacific Rim because it's arguably as good.
I know what they're going to name the remake of Independence Day.
What's that?
Juneteenth.
Yeah. We will not go quietly into the night because we are the night. We is the night.
We basically go and invade their planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We basically go and just like protest and burn gas stations on their planet.
Yeah. It'll be just 90 minutes of the ending of Battlefield Earth where like they send the bomb back to the alien planet and blow it up, It's just that, but it's just us running around.
Isn't it interesting? That's always the resolution with the alien movies. It's a bomb in the mothership.
Yeah. Yeah. Bomb in the mothership.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where it started. I mean, I kind of want to say Star Wars with Death Star.
Maybe.
Because even War of the Worlds had kind of an anticlimactic ending, with bacteria, being the true killer of the aliens. And people even talked about Independence Day being like, oh, it's just like War of the Worlds again, but it's like, okay, so what?
Yeah.
Independence Day is the kind of movie where any criticism that anybody has about it, you're just like, okay. Yeah. So what?
It's changed nothing about how awesome the movie is.
Right. It changes nothing. Your awful.
Anytime somebody criticizes
little opinion of that movie.
Yeah, it's a long movie.
Nothing.
So if anybody says anything critical, just say, "Did you see the end?" They're like, "Yeah." I said, "You liked it.
You liked it.
You stayed for the whole thing."
Yeah, you stayed exactly.
You watched the whole thing, and you're just trying to,
Yeah, you're trying to make yourself look
trying
cool.
to sound smart.
Yeah, you're trying
cultured
to
because you can criticize a movie that you had nothing to do with.
Yeah,
you did none of the work. All you did was go and sit in the theater and try to find things to complain about.
Mm-hmm. Dude, and how horrifying is it when they're working on the alien in Area 51 and you think everybody's safe? It's like when you bring the zombie in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all of a sudden on the table, you see
the arms start moving.
The fingers.
You're like, it's about to go down.
Oh, it's about to go off. Oh, boy. Oh, I'm going to get your booty hole tight.
Oh, Jesus is alive.
Oh, the Lord's back.
Yeah. And I was like, not today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, my Lord. You ever seen Glory?
Yes.
The night before they're doing like the spiritual. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's where that's from. I can't take credit for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't make the movie.
Right. So, I think we can all agree that Bill Pullman should be up there in the pantheon of great presidents. President
Absolutely.
Whitmore.
Absolutely.
Great movie presidents.
Mm-hmm. I got Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Reagan, Whitmore.
Yeah.
Then Trump.
I think it's like
maybe Trump then Whitmore, but he's in there. He's in the top 5 for sure.
There needs to be like a new Rushmore. I don't think we should do away with Rushmore. We should just have another Rushmore. Kind of like what's the one in the South? Is it Stone Mountain?
Stone Mountain, yeah.
Stone Mountain, yeah. Who's on Stone Mountain?
Confederate generals.
Yeah, but do you know who? I don't remember.
No, I know Jeff Davis is on there. I think he's on there.
Jeff Davis, I'm sure. Forrest
Lee, probably. I don't know. We should look it up.
Yeah, we could look it up.
Faces are on Stone Mountain.
But there needs to be, I think like Andrew Jackson, Washington, Andrew Jackson, Whitmore, Trump. I put
Andrew
Whitmore.
It did make sense that you'd like Andrew Jackson.
I love Andrew Jackson. I killed the banks, baby.
All right,
Last
here we go.
Words.
So there are 3. Can you guess the 3?
Jefferson Davis.
Correct.
Stonewall Jackson.
Correct.
Nathan Bedford Forrest.
No.
Let me give it one more shot. else would it be? It's not. It wouldn't be somebody like AP Hill. It wouldn't be Pickett. Longstreet.
You're gonna kick yourself.
General Lee.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I can't believe I didn't say General Lee.
I know, right? Jeff Davis. Yeah, Jeff Davis.
I call myself
Robert
a Southerner.
Lee and Stonewall Jackson.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff Davis. Oh, Robbie Lee. Oh, Jeffy Davis, Robbie Lee, and Stony Jack.
You know, it's funny, and I understand why people get so offended at Stone Mountain, but you got to go out of your way, to see the side of the mountain that this is carved in.
Right. Yeah. It's not like
and
it's
you got
right
to
off
get
65.
up close to see. It's not as big as you think it is.
Really? That's a shame.
I mean, it's big, but you have to get really close for it to
of course.
Yeah, it's not Mount Rushmore.
Well, if nothing was more indicative of like the pathetic, godless, purposeless nature of cancel culture, then it would be the desire to dismantle Stone Mountain.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, it's out of the way. It's not that big.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really hunt for it. It's not like it's in downtown Franklin.
To be offended at it, you have to go out of your way to be offended.
Right. You have to search for it.
You have to search for events
to get your little dopamine rush of outrage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why I think anybody who tears it down.
That's why America's dead.
Yeah. Yep. Because the generation of 20-somethings and younger are so low in testosterone that.
That's what cynicism does to you.
Yeah. Honestly, it makes you give up.
It saps your ambition.
Well, it's like
Zaps
Pressfield
your
was
drive.
talking about, like fear and ego are on one side, and what is nihilism and cynicism but just surrendering to your fear in a cowardly way.
Yeah.
And on the other side is hope and love and selflessness, and that's where God resides.
Yep.
That's also where humility resides, oddly enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the Bible says God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble.
Yeah. Man, I am so grateful for all that grace.
You and me both.
Because I am so humble.
Me too.
Catch 22. Irony. All right. Well, Independence Day. Go watch it if you've never seen it.
Absolutely.
Seriously,
absolutely.
I would almost be willing to do like a live stream of us watching Independence Day. That's how much I love that movie.
It's great. Yeah, it's great. And the first time I watched it a couple weeks ago to pre-watch it.
Yeah.
I bought it.
Yeah.
I bought it. I was like, am I gonna rent it? I gotta buy it.
Dude, you know what? I do that with I did that with Clear and Present Danger.
Ooh,
I bought it.
Good one.
You know, I've done it with a couple movies. I think I maybe did it with The Rock. The Rock's another really good one. The Rock is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Especially like from a writing perspective for a villain. Really, really solid. But yeah.
Ed Harris, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you gotta love Ed Harris. Yeah, I'd love to go back and watch that.
We should watch
Listen
that.
to his one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. So.
And for Sean Connery's.
Yeah, welcome to The Rock. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your best.
Your best. Which is always lying about their best. Yeah. We know this.
And if you don't, you need to go watch it.
Yeah, if
it's
you don't.
Great.
The Rock. All right. We've talked about, I think we've talked about that enough.
I think so. Oh, and I know I already did this, but if you're still with us.
Oh, yeah.
Subscribe. We'll catch you next time. You'll get notified. Hit the bell.
Yeah.
And also, if you're not into YouTube, but you're on Facebook, then we're on Facebook too. Join the Writers Group page. You'll get all of our amazing posts, and you'll be notified anytime we do one of these live. You can join through the chat either there or on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's my spiel.
I like it. Pretty good. Yeah.
We want to sign off?
Yeah. Let's see. We haven't done this in a while. You have a YouTube channel.
I do. The Travelers League YouTube channel. It's the channel I do with my kids. We do a bunch of fun. We call it Kid Ventures. We put together, kind of a variety show of different adventures and games and things that we do together. Sometimes we'll make short videos. We need to do more of those actually. But yeah, that's my YouTube channel.
Cool.
And of course, my books, the Travelers League series, a middle grade fantasy series for 8 to 12-year-olds. It is currently an 8-book series, and I will finish it off with a 9th book someday.
Yeah.
Soon.
Awesome.
Someday soon. Yeah.
And then you also have Henry Half Moon.
I have Henry Half Moon, which is a young adult urban fantasy, supernatural urban fantasy. And I also have Hacker Jack, which is a middle grade, super short read, middle grade sci-fi adventure.
Yeah. Kind of a Spy Kids meets Hackers, Phineas and Ferb kind of vibe to it. It's cute.
It's a
really cool.
brother sister, a sibling pair.
Yeah.
He's the genius. He knows how to code and hack and do all these things. She's like the action-oriented, impetuous she's the action hero.
Katniss Everdeen type.
Yeah, the president of the United States, Douglas J. Champ, gets sucked into and trapped inside a video game by a nefarious figure named Hacker Jack.
Yeah.
And so the boy sends his sister into the video game to rescue the president while he stays outside and codes her like special cheats and abilities.
Yeah.
So they can be successful and thwart Hacker Jack from his schemes.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun to write, and Christian's begging me to write the second book of that too.
Yeah.
So I got to get on it at some point.
I know. Yeah, you better.
Yep.
You better before he gets too old to care.
Yeah. Right. For real.
That's why I do drugs, Dad, because you never wrote Hacker Jack too. That's why I do math. Sorry, I'm just kidding. I've traumatized my brother. I'm sorry.
Oh, geez.
So this is the special edition of Heavenly Realms. Empyrean Falling is the first of the Angel fiction books. This is the special edition available on tarsnecros.com. I'll post the link down below. Super cool, 650 pages, hardback. I need to take the extra copy to the library and see if they can file this away so we can have it on site. And it's got a map on the back, which is really neat. So this is available on tarsnecros.com, and you can get all of my normal books in paperback and ebook and audiobook on Amazon, all the Heavenly Realms series, which we talk about all the time, the angelic warfare, sort of medieval Christian fantasy kind of stuff. But special edition, a lot of hard work went into this. Really proud of this. This is cool. And it's a little pricier, but it's worth it. And there's no dust jacket.
No, we don't believe in that.
Yeah, do not believe in dust
No,
jackets.
I don't believe in dust jackets.
So, and then for anybody who might be watching this later, Adam and Dee Burl are our narrator and sort of our merch provider in a lot of ways. Dee has done some amazing resin stuff with bookmarks and all sorts of cool stuff. And then Adam is our narrator for all of the Heavenly Realms books
and the Travelers League.
And then the Travelers League books. So you can find him in the links that I'll post below whenever we post this or make it go live.
And you can find them on Instagram.
Instagram, yes.
Adam narrates, and you can find Dee at resinby_dreamer.
Yeah, and they're super sweet. They're very generous. They're very gracious.
Yep.
They're great friends of ours.
Yes,
we
they
love
are.
them.
Yes, they
and they're super cool.
Yep.
So if you're looking for somebody to narrate your book, give Adam.
Yes.
Contact Adam. He does. They're both English, so
he has a YouTube channel, so you can go and listen to samples of his narration
stuff.
Yeah, he's got some of my stuff on there, some of Jonathan's stuff on there.
Yeah.
Just get a feel for his voice. It's fantastic. If you have a book and you're thinking about having it narrated, Adam's your guy.
Adam's your guy.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then Teespring. We have T-shirts. So if you like this T-shirt,
and this one,
Nick's
and a
is
couple
awesome.
others.
You can't hack a typewriter. Mine says every time a bell rings, a devil's laptop dies. We have some other fun ones. Aliens are just demons.
And let me get, and I'll, you know what? I should probably give them I should post it up here. No.
You know what? You usually have to post it like in the thing. Teespring, the only thing about Teespring that's really tough is I can never get to our page from some sort of search menu in Teespring.
Oh.
It's almost like you have to have a direct link every time. I'm probably doing something wrong.
There's a way. We go to stores like this. I'm actually on it right now. And I'm going to put the link in the comments here in just a second. Okay. View store right there.
Yeah, the Gosling View store.
Yeah.
But I mean, as someone who's not logged in, just like an
this is the customer facing page right here, actually.
Yeah. Well, that looks really good. So we have 5 designs total, a multitude of different colors that you can choose from. And we're really proud of them. We probably have like 20 designs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Total. We have a lot of designs, but we've only gone through the legwork to get like 5 of them up. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. You can flex your. It'd be cool to like do a thing where it's like if you buy a T-shirt, if you buy a T-shirt, we'll like give you a free promo code for an audiobook. You
That's
know?
a good idea.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
If you buy a T-shirt and like
I like
post
your
it
way
on
of thinking.
social media, you know, because
Yeah.
I got promo codes for my novels.
Me too. I got
for the
tons of
audiobooks.
promo codes for
Yeah.
all of my books that I still need to use.
So if you buy a T-shirt, post a picture of it on Instagram, tag us in it, tag Nick Goss Writes, is that right?
Yep.
And then author J Goss on Instagram, and then I think that should be it. And then that just should be all you need. And then maybe like hashtag the Gosslings or something. But as long as you tag us in it so that we can see it,
Yep.
you know, just talk about where you got the T-shirt from.
Yeah.
You know, then yeah, dude, we'll send you a promo code for a free audiobook. So
Send me a picture of you wearing it.
yeah.
We will shower you with many blessings.
Yeah.
We will do something very special
like
for
the
you.
salt guy.
Yeah.
Anyways. All right, cool. You want to get out of here?
Yeah, let's go.
We are sweating profusely.
We're melting.
We are melting. Yeah.
We're dying
Yeah.
right now.
We're dying.
It's so hot in here.
Yeah.
I'll get these pants back on. All right, guys.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Nick.
We are the Gosslings, and we will see you in a week.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.